Well, this week we have another case of the left media lying desperately to cover their own BS about border czar Kamala Harris. In March of 2020, President Biden appointed his VP Kamala Harris as the point person on immigration issues amid a border surge. The media started calling her the border czar, and her team quickly started to downplay her role to split the responsibility with the other border failure. Homeland Security Boss, Alejandro Mayorkas, knowing that critical issue was way above her capabilities, so she was very inexperienced in foreign affairs. But more importantly, she had an open border globalist agenda to pursue. But was she the administration border czar or not? Let's hear it from the left media themselves, courtesy of Newsbusters.
Quote-unquote border czar. Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People are going to have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
There has been so much criticism against Kamala Harris. You know, she was the border czar.
Calling her sort of the border czar, which wasn't necessarily the case.
So the border, if they weren't planning to address it in a major way, do not make her your border czar. She met with some of the Northern Triangle countries, but nothing has effectively changed.
So, who is lying here, eh, liars? Another quick reminder of what this is about, guys. After almost 4 years, we not only have a border crisis that has brought violence, drugs, crime, deaths, and child trafficking into our country, and learning that the Biden-Harris administration was importing illegals and paying for their flights, securing their housing, and releasing them into the country with very few going through background checks. Now the Democrats are demanding Congress and the federal government to find ways to expedite green cards and citizenships for their new voters, because we are a welcoming country. And even giving them $25 grand for their down payments, and even $150 grand in California, pulling funds from veterans. As some have said, who needs to convince voters and explain policies when you can just buy new voters and shower them with our tax money, right? This comes straight out of the communist playbook. Make people hand out dependents, wreck the economy, and then tell everybody the government will save you. If you behave, want to stop this globalist communism? Vote Trump Vance this November and stop this madness.